All right, doing a live test here to see what would be the same list I validated in 3 different applications just to see which one is the best. It's a list of about 672 contacts that I'm actually going to be using. Here I'm using ZeroBounce, and you can see, so I'm using ZeroBounce. Let's start with the summary. I'm using BriteVerify here, and I'm using clean NeverBounce as well. So these are the results. So I'm trying to, the main thing here I'm trying to see is I want to see who has the best validation service. Obviously, if you have emails that are showing up as valid but are unknown or invalid, then that's going to impact your delivery. And depending on which cold emailing platform you use, they might even stop your campaign automatically once it reaches a certain number of bounces. So invalid contacts is bad news. It's not good. So we want to eliminate that, and as a result, we want to be able to pick the best email validation provider. So this is my test. Let's start off with ZeroBounce. What do they come up with? So we did 672. I think it's still processing, so we'll wait for them. But let's go to NeverBounce. So of the emails that we uploaded, you can see here there's about only 572 came back as valid, so people we could contact. Let's take a look at BriteVerify. We've had 672 verifications. Let me just pause this because I don't want to show you any real client data. All right, so if we look at BriteVerify for the list of 672, it's showing 452. So 452 versus 572. Interesting. So they have less valids than NeverBounce. So that's interesting. That's a big 572 to 452 is a big difference. Let's take a look to see how ZeroBounce is doing. Still waiting for it to process here. Sorry, the other ones I already hit go before I decided, you know what? I should record this and share this knowledge. Maybe, I'm sure everybody's going through this right now or having email validation issues. I'm not part of ZeroBounce, by the way. I'm not part of NeverBounce or BriteVerify. I don't work for them. I'm just a marketer trying to find a solution that will help me get the best email validation that I can get. Okay, let me refresh this and see if we get any results so we can compare. I'm gonna give it a few minutes and then I'll press record again. I'm gonna hit pause. Okay, so here are the results. So according to this list, 668%, 99% of my list that I uploaded, the 672 are valid. Compared to 572, NeverBounce, and compared to BriteVerify, 452. So we're going. So yeah, the reason I ran this test was because I was using SendGrid, and when I used my cold email provider software, I was being my campaign was being turned off. So SendGrid was not the best, and I'm in the process of selecting the best one. I originally did use ZeroBounce, but I noticed that when I started running my campaigns that there were bounces happening again. My bounce was high. Not high as when I used SendGrid, but it was still high. So that's why I decided to go and compare all 3 of these options. So really, from what I can see here is that ZeroBounce is very inaccurate compared to everyone else. I know this because I used this as a starting point for my email campaign, my cold emailing campaign, and I'm getting bounces. I'm probably getting about, right now, approximately about 11% bounce rate using this list from ZeroBounce that I cleaned up. So you can see that there's a difference of about, I would say about 100 with NeverBounce, so this seems to be a little bit more accurate. So the only question now would be to determine how accurate is BriteVerify, because it's 100, 100 less here as well, 452 to 572. So I guess that's the next experiment that I'm going to try out. I'm going to compare to see which emails from BriteVerify versus BriteVerify versus NeverBounce. These names are very similar, so you can see why I'm confused sometimes. Why the difference, and ultimately I'm going to make a decision on who I'm going to go with based on BriteVerify, or I'm really leaning towards NeverBounce, to be honest with you, because I think this is the most accurate one, but I got to see why there's 100 difference between BriteVerify and NeverBounce 452. So that'll be my next test. But anyhow, this gives you an idea of the process I've gone through, and hopefully this information helps you with your selection process. Have a good day.